and an old virgin went forth to meet the bridegroom. And it said 5 was wise and 5 was foolish. You got some wise folks in the church house. And you got some foolish folks in here. The foolish ones are pretenders. There's a song I don't know about it. Some of y'all may know about The Great Pretender. What that mean? The Great Pretender. Y'all heard that? To me, it means that somebody ain't what they say they are. Just pretending. The Great Pretender. You got some pretenders right here. Amen. They look like, they act like, and they talk like, but they ain't that. They're not that. Y'all, come on, talk back to me a little bit. This is a class now. We studying the Bible at this time. This is the parable that Jesus gave for us. It's for our benefit. He didn't just leave it on record just to be something for us to read. But he said the kingdom of heaven, if you want to be a part of God's kingdom, he tells you what it's like. What it's like until you want to be a part of God's kingdom. In other words, everybody there can't be a part of his kingdom. It's in this word here, what Micah just read. He said 5 of them was wise and 5 was foolish. Now that was the difference between the 5 wise and the 5 foolish. You didn't get that? And it said, they that were foolish, listen at this now, here comes some difference. Y'all follow me? Don't fool me now. Y'all really follow me? It said, they that were foolish, listen at this now, took their lamps, another conjunction, and took no oil with them. Y'all get that? There's a lot of folks in here, they get happy when somebody else get happy. Shout when somebody else shout, but they ain't got no shouting in themselves. Oh, glory to God. Y'all didn't catch that. They ain't got nothing on the inside of themselves. Only when somebody else do it, then they do it. They ain't got nothing. They're just dry as a dry bone on the inside. You ought to shout when the choir is singing. You ought to shout when the preacher's not preaching. It ought to be some shouting going on the inside of you. When you think about how good God not only has been, but how good God is right now. And somebody said, look at me. If you think that God hasn't been good to me, just take a look at me. Amen, amen, amen. I am a living testimony. Am I right about it? I don't want to go there now. Woo! Ain't it all right? Amen. In order to feel the joy of the Lord, you got to have something on the inside. I want to talk, y'all. I sure want to just talk a little bit. They that was foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. Great pretenders. Look like they can beat you praying, brother. Brother Kim, they can beat you singing. They can beat me preaching. Pretenders. And took no, 5 were wise, 5 were foolish. And they went forth to meet the bridegroom. But the foolish took no oil with them, with their lamp. You know what happened later on? They said, but another conjunction, but the wise took oil in their vessel with their lamp. They made preparation if they had to wait longer than they said they're going to have to wait, that they would have enough oil to see them through. They had some extra oil, because we may have to be there a long time and to wait on them. And we need some waiting oil. Is that what Brother Kendall was singing about, y'all? It's going to rain. And y'all, how many of y'all ready for the rain? You got your umbrella? You won't need it for this kind of rain, though. Because I think you say it's going to be fire next time. Is that right? He said, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamp. My job is to try to help get you ready to meet Jesus. You don't even think about it yourself. You're just going from day to day, just drifting like a ship out on the sea. That song, some of y'all old enough remember, say, I've been drifting and drifting. You remember? And some of y'all just like that song, say, I've been drifting and drifting, just like a ship out on the sea. That's a blues song, y'all. It wasn't no really. Come on, Mike, get back to the mic here. And because I thought about what Brother Kendall was singing about. The reason why Jesus is giving this parable, because something going to happen in the 24th chapter of Matthew. Mike, I want everybody to look at 24th chapter of Matthew. We're just going to do a few minutes of Bible study real quickly. I'm going to try to get out of here. Get out of y'all hair. Come on, help me, y'all. Don't just look at me. Help me. I'm in the children of God we got in here. All right, y'all talk back to me. And act like, when you go to the ball game, amen, you may not be out there on the field, but you say, come on, run and make that touchdown. Y'all ought to tell me make a touchdown for Jesus. Hallelujah by myself. He said, but the wise took all in their vessel with their lamp because they figured it's going to be some waiting time.
Yes, sir.
I want Michael to read, and you can too, just solemnly, while Michael read out aloud, that he cries out aloud in his reading. The 24th chapter of Matthew. And just going to read some of it. Let me see where I want you to read. I'm looking at a verse here, but I think I'm going to let him start up a little further. And basically, I want him to start 36, but I'm letting him start at the
29.
At the 29th. 29th. Now, y'all, 29th verse of the 24th chapter of St. Matthew. Because the cry is being made at midnight.
Matthew 24:29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
When that happens, what you think you're going to do when that starts happening and you're still alive? You think you're going to be satisfied and sitting out here just like this here with your arms closed over? You think that's what you're going to be doing? When this stuff starts happening, you think you're going to be just sitting there just looking like that? You think that? And know your heart ain't right with God? What you think y'all going to be doing? Y'all. Because I'm making preparation, y'all. And my reason why I'm talking now, because I want you to make preparation also. And those of you that are making preparation, I ought to have some witness out there.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't get that? Did you hear what Michael read? Read on, Michael.
Verse 30. And there shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth. Now he talking about the bridegroom getting ready to come back. That's what he talking about. Yes, sir.
And we're like the virgin. We're waiting for his return. How many of y'all know that?
Yeah.
Do y'all see what I see? Come on, talk back to me if you see what I see, y'all.
All right.
Mike, read that again. Come on, that sounds good to me.
Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Wait a minute, all what now?
Mourn.
All who?
The tribes of the earth mourn.
That means everybody that's in the world that ain't right with God, gonna be moaning and groaning and howling like dog, because you know you don't have now another opportunity to get right. Say it again. Time been run out. That means grace has run out. We're looking over into eternity now. Well, time won't have no effect on anybody that goes over into eternity. Time has effect on us while we're in the realm of time. But we're moving out of time now. That's what Michael was talking about here now. Read on, Michael.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven.
Then what gonna happen?
And they shall see.
How many of y'all believe that? How many of y'all believe that you're going to see him? Now, y'all hear Reverend Monroe preaching, all these other preachers. But our preaching is supposed to let you know that this time is coming, it's going to rain. I was listening to you, brother. I was listening to it. That's what we're dealing with right here. It's going to rain. And if you ain't ready, they ain't made no preparation. They didn't believe, that when he building that ark, that it was going to rain. The Bible, he going to get to that, though. Read on, Michael.
And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven.
That's going to be something when you look up and see Jesus coming in the cloud.
All right.
When you ain't going to be able to stand it. The Bible says, when Jesus stepped out of heaven on a cloud, all of us that are in this building right now, automatically your eyes going to look up. Because why is that? Because he said every eye. I don't care what you say. You think you can't see, but you'll see then. Because that's what the word said. Every eye will see him when he come back. The angel, I was able to go stand on Mount Olive where Jesus left the earth. When he stepped on the cloud and went back to heaven. I stood there on that mountain that they say where Jesus was lifted off. But the angel stood there when Jesus was being going up into heaven. And the disciples, they were standing there still looking at Jesus. Even after he had gone out of sight, they couldn't move their eyes. And the angel said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye here gazing? That same Jesus you see going away, come back same like manner. That's what Michael read now. That's what he read now. And you don't have to take my word for you. If you got a Bible to read, you can read for yourself. You can help me to try to help somebody else that is lost. That's our job. It ain't just for the preacher in the pulpit. If you know Jesus, if you're his child, you're supposed to preach in the pew. Every child of God is called to preach the gospel. That if you know him. That if you've been born again. Jesus told Nicodemus and Marvel not, I say unto you, must be. Song say you got to be. There's nowhere around. You got to be. You must be born again. In order to be a part of his kingdom building. You must be. You got to be born again. Ain't no pretending here because it'll show up. It'll show up. If you're not real, it'll show up. Your hypocrisy. It'll show up being a hypocrite. Because Jesus, I better go on because I never get through it. you know. Go on, read, Mike.
The Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet. And they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the end of heaven to the other.
Now, that's just like 5 were wise and 5 were foolish. The elect.
Yeah.
They ain't going to go through all that turmoil.
No.
All the suffering.
No.
All the pain and agony when they look up and see him. They're going to be happy. They're going to be caught up. And be changed.
Hallelujah.
The Bible said in the moment what? A twinkling of an eye. That if you know him. You know, everybody can say you know him or not, but if you show up right now.
Hallelujah.
Amen. Some going to be taken, some going to be left. Y'all don't have to believe me. It's in the Word of God. Just read the Word for yourself. Read on, Mike. Go back.
Verse 32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree.
Now listen at this now. Jesus said, now these are some of the signs that how you'll know. Just like this fig tree going on.
When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh.
Nobody don't have to tell you something that's getting close when you watch the fig tree.
Right.
When you see the leaves come out and they're green,
Yeah.
right now they're supposed to be brown. But you know, my mother said time will come when you can't tell the summer from the winter. It's supposed to be winter time now. In the northern part of the state, they got snow. 3 and 4 feet high and taller than that. I'm so glad it ain't here.
I'm so glad too.
Because I couldn't make it if it was here. Thank God for letting it be in the northern state. Read on, Michael.
So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even
Now,
at the door.
I wanted to understand what you read. Now, go back and read the top, the 32 verse, 37
Verse
verse.
32. Now learn a parable of the fig tree.
Now, what Jesus saying is, now learn a parable. If you're ignorant, don't know what I'm saying, learn a parable. What he say?
Learn a parable of the fig tree.
Learn a parable of the fig tree. I'm going to give you a parable. A parable is earthly saying with a heavenly meaning. I'm going to give you something that you're familiar with. Learn a parable from a fig tree. Go ahead, what did he say about the fig tree?
He say, when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that summer is nigh.
How many of y'all have a fruit tree in your yard, a peach tree, anything. Are you seen them?
Just a tree.
Amen. Yeah, they have one that got that 2 hand. Ain't but 2 people got some. Y'all, nobody don't have no fruit tree in the yard. Back in the day when I was coming up, they had peach tree, plum tree, and all like that in their yard. And they waited for fruit bearing time to come. They waited for summertime to come. So they go, I did when I was a little boy, could steal them peaches. He didn't want to ask the neighbor for the peaches, so wait till he got a dog. And some of the little boys would sneak around there. They'd be sitting down in the yard, you know. Back in the day, they'd make a smoke fire and smoke mosquitoes, keep the mosquito away. But we'd sneak up there to the peach tree. And sometimes somebody fool around and break a limb. Y'all get away from my peach tree. We were stealing, you know. Because it was fruit bearing time. Read on, Michael.
Verse 33, so likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors.
Jesus talking about his return.
Yeah.
How many of y'all recognize that?
Yeah.
When you read that, Jesus telling you how to know that he's getting close to coming back to this earth.
So true.
That his time is drawing near for him to come back, make his second advent to this earth. Make his second descent to this earth. He coming back just like the astronauts go up. They stay up there in outer space for so long, then they make a descent. Yeah. Is that right word?
Yeah.
They descend.
Yeah.
Coming back where they come back where they left from.
Yeah.
Jesus coming back, this is the second advent. He came the first advent to give his life. And then this time he coming back for the rapture of the church. Yeah. And to punish those who have not accepted him as their Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
That's what he come back for the second time. That's going to be some great separation. Yeah. Everybody in here today, some singing and some praying and some clapping their hand and don't mean nothing. That kind of tough, isn't it? That kind of tough thing, but that's true thing. Amen. I can look at you and tell because you ain't got no joy in your heart. Come on, boys. Y'all talk back to me now. There got to be some joy down on the inside. No, nobody ought not have to make you happy. When you think about the goodness of God, you ought to get happy anyway. At home, my mother used to be in the kitchen by herself, and she'd get happy singing a song for herself. She said, let me see, can I think about the song now? So glad I got religion, so glad I got religion, so glad I got religion. So glad that the world can't do me no harm. I prayed and got religion. So glad I prayed and got religion. So glad I prayed and got religion. So glad that the devil can't do me no harm. So glad I got religion. So glad I got religion. So glad I got religion. So glad that the world can't do me no harm. I prayed and got religion. So glad I prayed and got religion. So glad I prayed and got religion. So glad that the world can't do me no harm. So glad I got religion. So glad I got religion. So glad I got religion. That the devil can't do